Okay, the third practical is comparison of electromotive forces of two cells using potentiometer. So this is a straightforward practical. You know that potentiometers are used to accurately measure potential differences, right? So it is a now in the theory also we did this. We can come in short that we can compare. So the same arrangement is used for the practical also. So you have the potentiometer with its temperature, sorry, resistance wire, and then you have the standard cell, right, with 2 volts, and then you have a key here, K1, in the primary circuit, and the secondary circuit you have 2 cells with EMFs E1 and E2, a toggle switch here, toggle switch, and you have galvanometer and the protection circuit, right? Now in the book they first ask you to write a straightforward equation, right? So now if you are not going to draw the graph, right, with a single reading, if you want to compare it, right, you can say toggle the switch to one of the EMFs and then take a balance reading, right? So you close this K1 while keeping K2 open, you can balance it, rough balance, and then you close K2 also to take the accurate balance and then take reading. Now the principle here is, now even if it has an internal resistance, right, even has an internal resistance, when the galvanometer reading is 0, no current is now flowing through this cell, right? So you first connect the toggle switch to E1, right? So this part is not effective because the circuit is closed through this part, right? This is the circuit part closed like this. This is just open, hanging, so you don't have to worry about that. So you first connect it here, then what happens? Since at the balance condition there is no current through the galvanometer, the terminal voltage of battery E1 is same as E1, right? The terminal voltage is same as E1 because IR product is not there because no current is flowing, right? So you can write an equation, this E1, right, this E1, electromotive force E1 is KL1, right? That is IR product K into L1. Then you change the toggle switch to E2 and then take a new balance condition, it rough balance and again the fine balance. Then you can write an equation E2 equal to K into a new balance condition L2, right? And then these two values you divide one by another, E1 over E2 equal L1 over L2, right? So if you know the balance length of L1 this much of centimeters and L2 this much centimeters, right, then you can compare, because the practical is for comparison, so you can compare E1 and E2 how many times, right? Just comparing internal EMFs, right? But if you make any measurement error here, right, say in reading the L1 balance condition, right, or making some connections here, right, somewhere, or if you don't properly press the switches K1, right, or K2 or whatever, you may have caused some errors in the reading. So that reading error will reflect on this ratio because you are taking only single reading, right? So with a single reading, if you try to compare this E1 and E2, there is a tendency of making an error. So what you can do is you can draw a graph. How can you draw a graph? If you these two are constants, so if you take this as variables, right? Then we can draw a graph. So if you want to make L1 and L2 variable, you should be able to change L1 and L2. That means you have to take different balance conditions for L1 and L2, right? So how can we do that? Can you think? How can you do that? Now in this condition, can you change L1 and L2? There is nothing variable here. If you connect to E1, there is only L1, right? There is only one condition that will give you balance. If you change it to E2, there is only one condition that will give you balance. So that is L1 and this is L2. So how can you change this? How can you change L1 and L2? Any idea? If you want to change the balance condition, you just look at, okay, first you copy this after I am writing it. Since L1 and A2 are measurable, E1 over E2 can be obtained. But this comparison is from a single reading prone to error. Right. Just make a copy. So if I want to take multiple readings of L1 and L2, what I can do is I can rewrite this equation so that I can draw a graph. I can say L1 equal to E1 over E2 into L2. Now I want to change L1 and L2 to take multiple measurements. So assume that I take this as X and this is Y and this is M. Then the graph could be L2, so L2 here, L1, and then the tangent will be E1 over E2. E1 over E2 is the comparison, right? Now to get this, I have to have different lengths, right? Balance conditions. Now to change the length, now you look at the first principles. We know that L balance condition, we get that balance condition how? This voltage is equal to this voltage. This voltage V can be written as IR, that is IE in the primary circuit, resistance per unit length into L. Right? This is the basic equation for primary circuit. Now you know that this R cannot be changed, right? But if for the same voltage E1, say this is E1, if I change I, R will change because E1 is constant. So IR into L, this is constant, this is constant. If I want to change L, I have to change I. How can I change I? I in the primary circuit. This is I. How can I change I in the primary circuit? Is there anything that I can change here? No. So what I do is, I introduce a resistance box here, somewhere, here, whatever, wherever you can put the resistance box with variable resistance. You can change the resistances. So if I introduce that resistance box, that means I am going to change the current in the primary circuit. If I change the primary circuit current, the balance length will change, right? So what I can do, for each reading, right, I change this resistance box, take a balance length for L1 for E1, then another balance length for the same condition. So you set a resistance here in the resistance box, take a balance condition for L1, take a balance condition for L2, and then put it in a table. So L1, L2, for resistance box value R, right? Say R. For various R, you can take, this is not important for us, right, the R value, because we are not going to use it, but L1, L2 we can take. For various R, we can take L1, L2 values, right? So what we are going to use is these two, L1, L2. So you draw the graph between L1 and L2, right? So when you do graph between L1 and L2, it will be like y equal mx. To find out the slope, that is equal to the comparison. How many times? E1 is how many times E2, right? So E1 m into E2. So if you know m, you can compare. Right? So this is the way to take multiple readings of L1 and L2, so that even if you make an error for one reading, it will not affect. Say when you draw the graph, you might get readings like this, right? So there may be errors, it doesn't matter, because one or two errors won't change. So you have to find the majority of points and draw the graph. Okay. So this will reduce the comparison error, and that is a method to draw a graph to find out the comparison. So take a as with many practical experiments we do, so you know that in the potentiometer, we want to bring the balance condition somewhere in the middle, right? So that somewhere in the middle means say it is connected to E1, the balance condition is here. So if you keep the slider to this end, right, somewhere here, then this voltage is less than this voltage, so the galvanometer will have a voltage difference, so it will reflect on one side, and you take that slider to the other side, right? Now this voltage is bigger than this voltage, the galvanometer will reflect on the other side because this is center zero galvanometer, right? So you have to check. This is one way of checking whether we will get the balance condition in between. right? So always we check, we connect it here and then connect it here, so that the deflection is on either side, right? If it doesn't happen, there can be many reasons. One is you can have some loose connection in the connectivity, right? It is not happening. Or if we have another condition for the potentiometer, the positive side of the primary circuit and the negative side of the, positive side of the secondary circuit should be towards A, right? Because we are comparing voltages, so we have to go from one reference, right? So this is with respect to this reference, this is a voltage. With respect to this reference, this is a voltage. So if we change this even on the other side, you will not get a balance, right? Because this potential is in this direction and this potential is in this direction, so we will never get a balance. When potentials are equal and opposite to each other only, you get zero reading for the galvanometer, right? Right? So it has always been positive side of secondary and positive side of primary should go to A, right? So if you can't get a balance in a deflection on either side, when you test it, it can be a loose connection, or you have connected it other way around, this other way around, right? Or there is another possibility that this is discharged, or this is not properly pressed, right? So you have to analyze when you are asked what could be the reason, right? So you can write every other possibility there. So this is the third practical, comparing EMFs of two cells.